Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner, good morning. We certainly have met a couple times and talked over a bunch of stuff, so I want to focus on some things I think are important to me and to the body. You know, if things didn't go right up in Pike, there'd be hearings, there'd be investigations, we'd be talking about it for years, and bad press. So I think it's important that while we wouldn't want to lose a trooper and have one that'll never return to work, I think it's important to recognize you, Colonel Bivens, for your incredible second-to-none leadership, what you did under tremendous times. At the same time the incident happened in Montgomery County, at the same time a trooper being seriously injured up in Pittsburgh, and I think you put more miles on, brain miles and travel miles, doing what the state police do, and I think it's very important to thank you. And Commissioner, you already noted, I think that George Bivens is a great guy, as many other people here do. I also want to tell you that Major Martin has really turned things around legislatively with working with the legislature, and Angelo, as you know, has been doing a great job. And I think the other thing that's going to make you strong is continuing to work with the PSTA. Joe Koval's here. These people care about the organization, and I think if everybody stays on the same tracks here, it's only going to benefit the Pennsylvania State Police. Complement issue's been brought up. It's going to continue to be brought up, and I know you're committed to that, because it's one of the things I talked to you about early. The number, I believe, is 350 in this class, in this budget proposal.
That's correct.
What is our capacity at the academy to get a class through? What are the average class sizes?
You know, when we discussed that 350 number, that was in consultation with our academy staff. You know, their feeling is that is the number that they feel comfortable with getting that many people through. However, obviously we know that, you know, in each one of those classes, you know, we may lose a percentage of those cadets as they go through the program. So I think we're prepared as, you know, the year goes on. If we need to add extra people into one of the last classes, we're more than willing to do that. And I think that, you know, if we see the attrition number go higher than we expected also, you know, we're going to work to figure out a way to squeeze extra cadets in there, because you know, that getting the agency at that 4,500 number, I think, is a big priority for us. And again, we'll shift resources to assist the academy if we need to.
Okay, I think you know where this question was leading us to. Long term, I'd like to sit and talk with you and your staff about what the feasibility or likelihood or opportunities that would exist if the academy was relocated to the Gap. And built extensively for dealing with not just larger class sizes, but modern training, modern technology, which I know you already do, but it could potentially get better. If we want to have schools that teach, we have to have schools that are safe. And I think as you take over more of these communities, we need to have the troopers there. So we all want that complement. Just two other quick things. The construction zone radar conversations coming up. I've talked with a lot of folks about it. All I ask is that you please talk with the Law Enforcement Caucus, which is myself and Representative Costa from the other side of the aisle. We're all for construction zone safety, but we're not for leaving, not having troopers on site if any device is being used. Obviously, a lot of us think the biggest deterrent are the red and blue lights as you approach those construction zones, whether they're temporary or permanent. And just as you go forward and get approached, which I know you probably already have been or will be, we're very concerned that we're just going to replace, a trooper with a mechanical device, which at that point is just going to be like an on-highway lottery machine for the Commonwealth collecting money. It's more about construction safety. So if you could just before we make any major commitments, if we could talk about that in the future. And lastly, I'm not going to put you in a position to ask you about the death penalty and the moratorium on the death penalty. But I think it's damn near criminal that if this guy up in Pike County does get sentenced to death, that this governor is going to issue a stay. And if there's any question how pissed off your rank and file are when you're doing those visits, just ask them. So I'm not going to politically put you in that box at this point. But as you can tell, I feel passionately about it. And if we're really going to honor, respect, and support our police, we need not be making executive decisions that wipes off one opportunity that our prosecutors have. So thank you. Thank you for your work.